Our entertainment reporter is already throwing around his predictions for Oscar nods.
Now, he says this movie may be seeing a few of them. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning. Our Hollywood Happening today looks at the powerful drama Denial. Based on the acclaimed book Denial, Holocaust History on Trial, the film recounts Deborah Lipstadt's, played by Rachel Weisz, legal battle for historical truth against David Irving, a Holocaust denier, played by Timothy Spall. Tom Wilkinson stars as Lipstadt's quietly fierce Scottish-born barrister, Richard Rampton. Here's two-time Oscar nominee Tom Wilkinson.
Are you surprised that 50 years after the Holocaust, that there's still such a strong interest? The book Denial that Deborah wrote is still popular. Does that surprise you?
Well, yeah. Yes and no. It's such a difficult thing. Because it's such a, in a certain sense, such a unique event in the life of humanity. This comes as no surprise that people, it still maintains a certain sort of interest in people. Mm-hmm. It isn't. What is extraordinary is that we are still making the same mistakes. I mean, sort of those attempts at genocide.
Just to learn from history.
Yeah. And it's an odd feature, an odd. I hate to. It's a weird quirk of humanity that it sort of retains its fascination in this because it's sort of recurring. It's as if one wants to sort of go back to it and understand it properly in a way that would lead you to know how to deal with it when it's happens now.
The courtroom drama with Timothy, I thought was just first class. Did you enjoy walking in those shoes as a consular?
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of the interesting things about the courtroom scenes is that they have to be word for word as they were done in real life. So there wasn't any sort of, artistic license. David had to absolutely write down everything that was said. So that was a fascinating and interesting sort of bit of that.
And I like the scene where Deborah talks to you, seeking out your advice, and you gave her two pieces of advice. One, you have to have the appetite. And two, the bottom line is win.
Yeah.
And that's so true.
Yes, it is. I mean, I don't know, there's something odd about the legal system that is, in a certain sense, it's not about truth. It's about winning and losing. There are sort of, I mean, it's true in this country as well, in any country. There are rules as to how you conduct yourself in court, and you play by those rules.
Irving's just sent us notice of a suit to be filed in the High Court.
Miss Lipstadt have done very real damage to my professional existence.
What did you say about him?
I think I called him a liar and a falsifier of history.
You better get yourself lawyered up.
A man accuses you of something and it's your job to prove he's wrong. In the U.S., there's a presumption of innocence.
Yeah, not in the UK.
This case is happening to you, but it's not about you.
Auschwitz is at the very center of Holocaust belief, so it's at the very center of Holocaust denial.
There were no gas chambers anywhere at Auschwitz.
Here is one of the largest killing machines in human history.
We know what it is, it's how we prove what it is.
What if we lose? Suddenly it becomes acceptable to say the Holocaust didn't happen?
The word denier is particularly evil.
Well, freedom of speech means you can say whatever you want.
The phrase is a poison to which there is no antidote.
What you can't do is lie and expect not to be accountable for it.
Well, the movie Denial is a powerful and uplifting story about one woman's relentless efforts to establish justice and remind the world about the tragedies of the Holocaust. A true story, the film features a small, talented cast led by Rachel Weisz. Incidentally, the musical score is outstanding. It's rated PG-13, my grade a B+. Also opening today, The Accountant, a crime drama starring Ben Affleck. The comedy Kevin Hart's What Now also stars Halle Berry. And finally, Underworld Blood Wars, an action horror film starring Kate Beckinsale. I'm going to see you right here next Tuesday on The Morning Blend.